Hello everyone, this is Greyshot 117 here to bring you another Company of Heroes 2 commentary. Another update has come to Company of Heroes, one that wiped a really awesome battle that I had on another map. But I got this one to show you now. It's a 3v3 on Hill 331 with Ryan, 13th A unit, and myself versing 3 random individuals. Now, with this new update, they changed quite a few features. They messed around with some dynamics involved in massive aftermath, but they did do some light stuff. For example, combat engineers are 170 over here. I'll show you that in a second. You got 2 free commander perks. Here, let me go to 13th unit because he has this. It's the Lend-Lease Tactic Act, which pretty much you get a Sherman. It's pretty much the Americans are providing equipment for the Soviets, and that's one of them. So yeah, really cool idea and interesting tactic. Now I think they had, I'm just looking through, so the enemy team is Hammerfell, Cholo, and Ironstoff. Great names, great names. Alright, Ironstoff did that. Alright, does he? No, he doesn't have anything. Thank you for making this so much easier. Okay, I guess he don't. I'll show you that later. Anyway, so I'm gonna just turn this off and switch it around. But anyway, so myself, we didn't want to push hard left or hard right or both at the same time. So what we did was I would push this section. 13th would push the middle to the fuel, and Ryan would push from the fuel to the star. And then I'll put up a defensive line here. Sure, they could take this point, but the main point is at least we can control 2/3 of the map where they only control 1/3. Now, moving up, I have, of course, my conscripts, you know, moving through. Bring up some, conscripts there. What are these, engineers? Yeah, goddamn, was it 11th episode? Still messing that up? Anyway, got an MG, gonna move that up. Here, I think all these are, yeah, all these are exactly the same, so, you know, that's a fact. But Red, or Hammerfell on the left, is gonna make a desperate push for this fuel. Not really desperate, but just, you know, a really offensive push. Also covered by the Grenadiers up here, you know, ignoring the top, but going through here. It looks like they had the same tactic as pushing for one side, but again, usually both teams push for the fuel pretty hard, except this guy didn't really push that too hard on it. And why? Because what he doesn't realize is, sure, he has these guys in high cover and these guys taking it. But what he lacks is a pretty much heavy firepower, which is where my machine gun coming around the corner comes in. Because, very simply put, it's on a high edge and it's just going to start mowing them down. Now, that's the funny thing. What they're going to do is they think, oh, let's block them, you know, be the smart guys, just stop them. Well, first off, make engineers want payback. MG's gonna pin, so they're not gonna be the little thing. So yeah, take that. Score 1 for the Soviets. I think his guy dies at the bottom. Either that or he gets really injured. Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, does his sniper take him out? No, I guess not. Does it? No. Anyway, 13th unit was awesome by cutting off supplies. So he kept going around their base and just cutting them off. The middle, unfortunately, I did lose my conscripts, but they literally went from 5 to 0 in about 3 seconds. I was busy making sure these guys were okay and micromanaging them. Get some sight range. That way I can get these guys and pin them to the ground. Now, middle, sure, they have an MG here and 3 conscript squads. God damn. But we have a sniper, which will start picking them off, and literally, they're so close to dying. And 13th unit, since he captured down here, is moving his troops around to take them out. Ryan is not doing very well on his side. He's having some difficulties. But I'm just going to show you this awesome flanking maneuver. Again, maneuver your troops. Don't go in for a head-on assault. Go into where the opponent's weak. And where the opponent is weak is no cover behind here. And literally just picking them off while the sniper is picking them off long range. His conscripts are moving around to also assist. I think he murdered that one. But look, he killed that. He got MG squad. His sniper is just holding, pretty much giving him sight radius, and pretty much they are just decimating. Look, he got a free MG out of it. That's awesome. Now his sniper is firing. Retreating, got a free MG. Very nice tactic. Missed with the sniper. So over here, my MG's still in play, and I'm still hitting these guys. They're taking some damage. They're bringing over their own MG, but you know, good luck with that. They managed to capture these points, and they got Grenadiers up here to secure it. So right now we're doing pretty good on our side. We have at least the fuel and everything pretty well. We have all, look, 13th unit has this point and now this point. I'm gonna send some troops to capture this. Unfortunately, I sent MG over to assist 13th, Ryan, and he, and while I'm able to, you know, flank that, he moves up this guy. But then they also bring up an MG, so it's going to turn like a nice little MG fight. I bring up a mortar here just to help assist, and then also going to send it over here to help bomb them. Back down by my home base, I'm gonna, I think, let's see. Oh yeah, I'm sending them over here to assist. But anyway, look at this. 13th unit is cutting off their supplies. This is what you have. Look, this is what you have to do. Look, our supply lines cut all the way through, and if we take this, sure, they're taking this right now, but if we take this, we still cut them off, and they don't get this fuel, they don't get this munitions, they don't get anything. That's what you want to do. So now I finally move up my MG. We have their MG, and we're pretty much going to start double teaming them. So, nice thing is, we have heavy cover and some light cover. They have pretty much no cover. So, they're going to take a lot more damage than we are. Plus, we have mortar support. 13... look, this is ridiculous. So, look how many MGs they have. I mean, don't get me wrong. MGs are great for holding positions. They're not great offensively. A scout car, on the other hand, is great offensively, which is exactly what they're going to do. Luckily, our double MG is able to take their MGs out. And as you can see here, their one MG is pretty close to dying. Now, I'm holding these points here. I see this. I pull them back up. Over here, I still have my MG constantly hitting them. But anyway, back over here. Managed to kill this MG. I now trying to focus on this MG, I think. Yeah. I move up so that way I can give sight radius. That way we can both fire. But unfortunately, their goddamn scout car moves in. We're just going to start tearing us up. In the middle, they're going to make a nice little push. Keep my guys in heavy cover, but the mortar's definitely doing its work. My mortar's going into effect. Nice hit on the engineer squad. But they're doing a nice flanking move. I did move more conscripts up to reinforce my sector. But they're not real. They're trying to... Either they're going in to flank it, or they just want to decap this. Anyway, point is, I moved my conscripts up to fight. My MGs... I thought they were coming in to attack my MG squad here. But they didn't really move any closer, so I'm going to retreat this shortly. In the meantime, these guys... the conscripts and the sniper are just picking this guy off, so yeah. I'm just going to recapture this point. Now, he brought in the MG he stole earlier and just closed down that point. That is great. 13th unit was probably our safe. He really messed up the enemy. I mean, come on. He kept taking this point. The enemy's just like, oh, great. We now have to go fight and do that. We have to go deal with this. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so this was a weird thing. They kept using smoke. I don't mind smoke, but why use smoke here? I moved back my MG. So, go figure. I did also call on conscripts. Not conscripts, god damn it. I'm sorry. Shock troops. Moving shock troops to take this area to fight it and take them back. They do have an MG, unfortunately, covering this area, so they are closing this down. They put an MG in this building, that way he can't really keep doing that tactic, although he just put an MG in that building, which is hilarious. Over here, we see that they're currently building quite a few guys, and they're also reinforcing this section. Ryan is making a desperate push up this hill. He's taking it inch by inch, and he's slowly pushing up. But the problem is they're just blocking him with MGs, which is why he's having such a hard time. Now, and again, he's pushing up with MGs, so, yeah. But we also have artillery, which is going to pound him up and slowly push forward. Anyway, they can't really deal with both conscripts and shock troops, so they retreat their guys. They bring them into sight range of this MG. However, what they don't know is that right now I'm saving up to build in a, a tank... Oh god, what's this? Tankovaya Battalion. Anyway, the 1st Armor Corps. Build that so that way I can get some T-34s and help secure this. Now, this is actually the first time here. Let me pull this up. So right now I'm the shock mortar heavy tactics. I've never really been this, but oh my god, I love the ISU after this game. I've never really used it. Again, Lund-Lesak with GTA, and then for the enemy team with Hammerfell, they're fortified armor, assault support, and spearhead. But as you can see here, their main thing is elephants and tigers. Oh my. Back to us. I'll show you this nice little battle going on. 13th unit is doing an excellent job. He's moving in his troops. He's taking out, look, Panzer. I mean, like, he's using a sniper very effectively. Look, took out that guy. Awesome. And now retook this point, cutting off their supplies once again. Again, he's doing an excellent job because what he's doing is cutting off the supply chains that can go up and support the defenses up here. So that way 13th, I'm sorry, Ryan can come up here and pretty much start taking this point. I don't know why Ryan did that. That seems really weird. Okay. Down here, they do have another scout car. His MG is going to do quite a bit to it, but still. Over here, I bring up my MG again to help support. I had to retreat these guys because of the MG, but if you look here, they have a flamethrower. I mean, they pretty much have this place defended. No real heavy armor, though. But anyway, they brought in this Blitz cargo truck, which is a good thing to have. But why put it here? Hammerfell brought that in, right? No. No, Cholo? Yeah, Cholo. Yeah, they barely have anything on there. I mean, he has one guy. This guy is pretty much defending this area. And Iron Stuff is having a tough time defending this area. He's using mortars and MGs again to hold him back, but it's just slowing him down. Sure, yeah, it's working, but Ryan is just building up more forces, and eventually this is gonna break as such. So what I did was I snuck my conscripts all the way around to capture that point. So that way they had to literally turn around all their guys, and that way Ryan had an advantage to finally move his troops up. Again, flanking at its finest. Down here, MG here, conscripts trying to come up. That's not working. So, yeah. Did I build that yet? Yes, I did. Okay, I built my company. And I'll bring in the tank as soon as I hit 100. Now, oh, no, I brought an AT first in the meantime. Ryan is going to have to retreat his forces, but I moved more troops in to hold the center. And some good news on this front. Ryan finally broke their lines. Unfortunately, I lost these guys, but hey, we cut them off. And now Ryan can finally send his troops in and secure this section, finally. We lost a lot of points, but finally we were able to take this section. My conscripts are in the middle. We're trying to hold them back. I put my guys in a heavy cover, throw some Molotov cocktails to take his guys out. Scout is moving in, which is destroying my mortar. But hey, I was able to at least do some damage to his engineers. Oh my god, I'm still doing damage. Are they just gonna burn? Oh wow, that was absolutely terrible. Wow, he's still burning. That poor sucker. But anyway, they are pushing hard. So yes, we finally took this area, and now he's moving in. But the problem is, now look, they are pushing very hard on this section, bringing in a ton of guys, and just reinforcing it pretty heavily. What they don't realize is that, we have a half-track. Okay? What's so important about this half-track? First off, it deploys some, is that Guards Riflemen? What are these? Yeah, Guards Rifle Unit. Which is just going to start tearing him apart, that meaning he has to go back. So now they're falling back. He's going to try to repair. 13th unit is redeploying his forces along this area. Again, they're not going to be able to hold this front because, again, just so many guys firing on the scout car. He's done for. Meanwhile, Red thinks it's a smart idea to come in and flank. What he doesn't realize is my T-34 is now in, and I'm sending in my entire line to go in. Look at this. We're just sending in a massive units. We're just reinforcing our line. This is our counterattack, ladies and gentlemen. Now, so they send in an Oswin as armor, thinking that, oh, we just have infantry just to start tearing them up. Well, what they kind of forget is, first off, I have my tank here. Okay? Second of all, AT, which not only that, my AT is now using the armor, which blew up one of his squads. Sure, he's trying to pin my guys, so I retreat, but my tank is still owning his Oswin. Because guess what? Because of this update, which again, it just did some mild changes, moving some armor around. I believe it also made the T-74, yeah, 310 and 100. And, was it 320 and 85? Half track, I think it changed, and that's about it. So wait, they're now in retreat, moving my guys up to counter. But I don't see this. That's a Panzer IV coming in. I do kill their Oswin, so that's a 1 bonus. But they have this Panzer IV moving in to counterattack, and it just got an MG. Over here, they have a ton of guys on this hill, but my main goal is just to fight this and hold them back. So what I do is I tell my conscripts to fall back, just try to outrun it, and then I'm like, okay, now to have it in range, throw a grenade. Does absolutely nothing. So I try to retreat this guy. Anyway, 13th unit, knowing he's bringing it in, brings in his tank destroyer, the Su-85. I bring in my tank to just keep messing with it, and now this tank is barely alive and falling back. Put up some fuel points on 13th unit side. I bring up my AT and send in more units to help kill this MG and some of their defensive units. And I think they put some mines down. Up at the front, as you can see here, they're trying to make a nice little defensive line here and try to hold. But nice thing is we're sending in some snipers, which will start picking them off. Ryan is doing an excellent job. Once he took that area, they really having a tough time taking it back. They're moving up some AT and moving up to Panzer IV. But again, he has a T-70, but he also has a nice little field gun, which will hold it back. So yeah, he might not have a really strong tank, but the sight range plus the AT gun will at least keep them back. Along with his pretty much anti-air gun, if they send in a recon plane, which they do have, it will be shot down. So he pretty much will be kept dark. Over here, the Su-85 is doing a great job versing here. They are healing this Panzer IV, but right now my main focus is just killing their fuel point here and then moving in a ton of infantry at that point. I'm bringing in another tank, and I'm bringing in a, what is this? Sorry, my own anti-air gun. I'm sorry, what is this? How do I forget these names? Half track, goddamn. Moving in a half track to that way I can get my AT gun back to full health. Ah, I thought that plane was going to crash, my bad. So my goal was to try to take this thing out. That didn't really work. So what I do is I just ram it. Again, something new with this update, ramming doesn't automatically take out the main gun. Which kind of sucks in my opinion, but hey, I can see why they want to get rid of that. So they have 2 mortars up here. What they don't realize is my mortar has a star on it, so I'm just going to start picking them off. Retreat that guy. Bring in another tank. They did actually, funny enough, to repair it, capture or start repairing it. Smart move. Again, if you have a damaged vehicle, use it. Over here, as you can see here, 13th is doing an excellent job. Took out this thing's, the Stug 3, and now it's just using long range to pick them off one by one. Back on my side, my tank did some nice few hits, and and we were able to take that out through this Sherman. Yes, through the Lend-Lease Act, we now have Shermans on the Soviet side, which have excellent armor penetration for a 76mm gun. So I move in my tank as well, along with troops to come secure this section, help push up. But as you can see, oh, good hit on my angle. But yeah, we're just able to secure this point. I believe that plane that's coming in is actually a drop plane. So he's dropping medical supplies over here. That way, again, we can that way we can heal our guys, because my guys need some health. I think these are medical supplies. Oh, and fuel. Okay, my bad. Yeah, what does 13... What does this do? Okay, oh, it delivers a fuel. Okay, that's my bad. That is my bad. Okay. Hammerfell. It has a couple units building another Panzer IV. Let's see about Huns. Quite a few units. Again, another Panzer IV. An Iron. Quite a few Panzer IVs. Again, he's diverting his units to help on this side. They know that okay, this side, they're not really pressing in. We really have to press in the center. So, anyway, back to me. I did, unfortunately, again, have this tank over here. We see this, and we're just like, oh my god. Okay? Because I have this thing up here, and then we realize, okay, there's one tank. Okay, oh, there's two. So, I move my tank immediately back, pull this thing back, because I'm like, I don't want this thing to die, because this thing is very valuable. My AT gun, though, is fully health, so I'm going to pull that thing back to assist. But anyway, the battle in the center is going to ensue. Now, unfortunately, the SU... Oh, let me hear this. The SU-85, unfortunately, can't turn very well. But while their backs are turned, my tank is hitting them from the side. And we also have some nice little anti-tank weapons from our infantry units hitting them. They do a blitz to pull that guy out, but my tank still manages to hurt them. They have a Panzer IV trying to fall back, but unfortunately my AT gun's now in, plus my tank, plus guards. His tank is now going to have to fall back with a broken engine. I fall my tank back. Luckily this dead tank took the hit, and we're able to fall back relatively unscathed. Now I bring it. Luckily he bring again this half track here. He's going to put it on the left. I'm going to have mine in the middle, and then we have one over here, pretty much rendering all aircraft on their side useless, because we can just shoot it down. Now what I'm also using is this armored vehicle detection. That way I can tell them, hey, this thing is going... There's a bunch of vehicles, you know, in these sections. Also, just letting you know for this Sherman... Here, let me pop up the Sherman. Alright, the Sherman has a 76mm gun. It's very maneuverable. Has great armor penetration, but again, still not exactly the best tank. So this Panzer IV, again, with this support, is still going to take it out pretty easily. It's still a great vehicle to use, and yes, it's slightly more expensive, but hey, it's definitely a good counter to the Panzer IV. Anyway. This sniper's over here. He was capturing it. They're going to send this guy over here. I think the sniper's going to do away with it. But anyway, he's cutting off he's doing a great job. He's cutting off their supplies. Letting it go. I sent a conscript in there earlier, as you may have noticed. But, oh, wow. 13th unit just sent that in. Holy mackerel. But anyway, they have a ton of guys here. They're planning a massive assault as 13th unit. Oh, come on, 13th unit. Take out these guys. No, you're not going to? Okay, fine. So anyway, we know about this. So I move my tank back, station my AT just in case, and then I also bring in this Big Daddy. I bring in the SU-152. The ISU-152, my bad. So they move up, AT gun, plus my tank, mortar squad. We're like, okay, hopefully this can hold until the giant tank moves in. He brings in his other Sherman to try to flank. Unfortunately, his Panzer IV does turn in time. But luckily, a nice good shot is able to knock out the main gun. Now let's go back to the main battle in the center area. Unfortunately, I lost my tank. That's bad. Nice thing is, still have my AT gun. And even though, yeah, they deployed smoke, I still have sight. So I can still technically see them, which will allow me to fire and start hurting them. Now, as you can see here, my ISU-152 is now in play and moving in. So, right now... Oh, also they tried incendiary bomb, which failed. LOL. Kind of funny. It's just so barely missed. But anyway, I bring this thing in, then I activate its long-range ability, so pretty much both things just start firing upon it. Anyway, another shot, and the tank dies, and they're just like, what just happened? So they bring in another Panzer IV, like, okay, we got this, and of course, two Panzer IV, sorry, and a Stug. Luckily, my thing just has long range, so I'm literally firing at these things long range, just taking them out, and it's absolutely incredible. Look at that, the direct shot scout car almost kills the Stug as well. So, boom, Stug dead. Now, they have these two Panzer IVs, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my guys and turn their directions. 13th unit is sending a ton of guys to capture this hill, and of course, even though some resistance, he's still holding this area. So anyway, let's get a good shot. Oh, that was an excellent hit. We're sending in more guys to capture. They're in full retreat because they know they can't handle this tank with the AT. They have these mortars going on and this AT, so I'm just like, stop it. And it just one-shots the AT. They bring in an Ostwind. I try to reposition my tank. It does the little spin thing. And, notice it, start firing upon it. Accidentally hit this tank instead. And as you can see here, we are just closing the gap on the enemy. Boom! Look at that, great hit. Again, Ostwinds have good armor. They might not lack a great firepower, but they have excellent armor. So he's gonna fall back. I'm just like, hey, no you ain't. Where are you going? So I'm gonna move my tank up so I can hit down there. Keep my conscripts just in case of a flank attack, I can stop them. But anyway, going on over here, they're in full retreat. Luckily, Ryan has enough AA and defenses, and even just anti-tank lines. Look how much stuff they're laying here. That's a lot of valuable equipment. They could just easily deploy some Osttroopen or some easy, just some light units or, to just take that back and then retreat to main base. It's really astonishing. Also, why are you building this? Are you repairing it? Are you building it? What are you doing here? So anyway, Hans is making a nice little defensive line here because he knows if we break that, he's done for. And, I'm sorry. Hammerfell is just trying to hold this section and try to make up for a push. But, luckily, his Shermans are here, ready to counter. Oh, look at this. Conscripts with bazookas. That's sad. That's really sad. Wow, okay. Interesting. I thought he had AA over here. Oh, yeah, he lost it earlier. What about mine? Oh, mine's still being developed. Okay. So they bring up some more squads. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Send more guys in to secure this sector. Pretty much we were just like, okay, at this point we were worried about Tigers, we were worried about other things. But as you can see here, they're still focusing on the lighter stuff. Sure, yes, they have a Panther, but if they brought in a Tiger, we would have been sunk. So they're making a slow trek back up the hill. Hammerfell's pushing in. They need to recapture some points, and fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send in my tank and go around. Luckily, my thing took out the cargo truck. I start sending in guys. Unfortunately, the Ostwind plus CMG is just keeping my guys back. So I'm just going to move this thing up and just say hello. Now, they're going to send their tanks up the hill with a ton of infantry. What they forgot about is their flank. So I'm going to move my tank right behind them as the two Shermans lay waste and try to hold them back. As you can see here, the Shermans are good, but the Panther is still outpacing them. As soon as I see all the infantry here, I'm just like, okay, push back up the hill just in case. Keep this thing here to hold the infantry back. But anyway, as you can see here, unfortunately, he had to pull back his Shermans. Luckily, I was able to cause a distraction for him and start firing behind his lines. So his tanks are like, wait, what is that behind me? I'm not really damaging his tanks that much, but the main point was to make sure his Shermans could retreat, which they did. He was able to pull back his Shermans, and now they were able to push in while his tank was turned and knock out his Panther, the stronger tank, which is an excellent thing to do. So over here, again, they're just trying to rebuild, trying to hold, but look at this. 1, 2, 3. Iron Shelf has 3 Panthers. Wow, that was awesome. 3 Panthers moving in along with a nice little line. They are planning for a massive assault. They are moving in. Wow, that was an awesome line. That was like a scene from a World War II movie. Is that? But anyway, except instead of U.S. soldiers moving down the line, it was German soldiers. Now, they have secured this sector, so that's a plus for them. But he still has his Shermans. 3 Shermans, to be exact. Actually, how many does the 13th unit have? Yeah, 3 Shermans. Plus my new T-34 that I got. They're in for a rude awakening. So anyway, I'm using this, trying to spot what they have along with my mortar. Have AT here just in case those tanks come around. Or any tank. We really don't know about these tanks at the time. We just knew that, again, they had to have some kind of armor. As you can see over here, Ryan also has Shermans, and he's pushing it really hard. Again, look at this. 4 Shermans. Wow, that was brutal. That was pretty brutal. Get some nice shots of these Shermans. We'll get some better shots, but again, that's a new tank. I don't know. I like it. I think this is because of the Western Allies expansion that they just put an asset from that into this game. Go figure. But anyway, we don't really see that, and it's funny because my tank was falling back at the time. But as you can see here, all their tanks are moving in, and it's going to be one hell of a fight because they're doing one last push to try to get near our base. So anyway, his troops are currently falling back because his 1 Sherman is just being outdone. Nice thing is, I'm pulling back my guy. That airstrike, I think it was an enemy airstrike, actually pinned them. I come back from around. That way I can flank them from behind. Also, I use my ability to try to outrun them. Unfortunately, because of the mud and him moving forward, I am not able to. He brings in 2 Shermans. I bring in another tank. I'm still able to fire with this gun, just can't move. And as you can see here, we are just outmaneuvering, outflanking, and pretty much owning his tanks. I told my guys to go heal the tanks, because I'm like, they could use some help. But that was pretty much their big armor push. They lost all 3 tanks in spectacular fashion and didn't really do anything to our base. Down here, as you can see, as a counterattack, 13th unit is pushing in toward their base along with my tank. I was worried about an assault planning it. Once we saw he launched this attack through our side, we're like, okay, that's their entire armor core. They can't really have anything else. And luckily, we were mostly right on that fashion. Ironstroff is, again, just trying to deal with Ryan, but he can't. He honestly cannot. Wow, that's funny. Wow, is that really going to hit him? Wow, that is some bad luck for him. That's some real bad luck. So they send this AA. Luckily, my tank is here to stop them. Just, you know, start firing upon them. He's still moving in his Shermans. Still moving him in. Moving my guy. Unfortunately, it's slow. Extremely slow in the mud. But as you can see, the Sherman is pretty fast and just moving around his base, causing a mayhem. As you can see, they have nothing in their base. Absolutely nothing. They have these guys over here, which are 3-star. Huh. How many kills they get? 1 vehicle? Okay. Still, they have nothing. Absolutely nothing holding them back. Oh, is that an AT gun? Can I see that? No, I can't see that. They can't see me. Yeah. But as you can see here, all the Shermans are going in. Look at that. That is a Sherman assault. That is 5 Shermans assaulting their base. And there's my big tank in the back, just moving in. Oh, wow. That was so close. Wow, good thing my plane shot it. No, the Oswin probably shot that plane down. Yeah, that was my plane. It called in a bombing strike on this section, but it got brought down. I was going to bomb their units over here. But look at that. This is, oh my lord. 6 Shermans. 6 Shermans moving in. They move in a tank, a Panzer IV to move in, but it can't handle all this. They can't. I move in my tanks over here, deal with the Oswin and with the remaining forces, move in some more tanks, along with a new Su-152. But as you can see here, even with some extra armor, they just can't deal with all of us. Especially this thing. Watch, it's just gonna... Come on. There we go. But no, it's just utter ownage for him. At this point, this thing is still barely alive. We're still owning him. Look at that. This guy, I think, is dead. Yeah, he's dead. This guy's about to die. Oh, that's funny. They have this over his base. Brought this thing down just for AA cover. But look how many Shermans we have. They have nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then they surrender because they know they can't do anything. At that time, Hans left because he didn't want to, he wanted to keep fighting. I don't know how they were going to keep fighting, but they wanted to. As you can see here, I did lose a tank in this assault, but my other tank survived, took out all their infantry, and was pretty much going to cap. I had some extra tanks moving in, some infantry I was going to call up next, but pretty much everything they had was gone. They had a couple guys up here. I would have mined that place up, because once we're done up here, we're moving up there. Just to clear off the entire map. But, yeah, they had... there was a certain point that was like, really, have we killed any of the Shermans we fought? Nope. And that's what happens. 13th unit just kept building up the Shermans, cutting off their supplies, and it just bit them at the end. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this game. Anyway, that's also a new look at the Shermans, but maybe next time I'll get a more in-depth look at the new Company of Hero Commander for the German side. Who knows? But anyway, thanks for watching. Anyway, so I knew they were in this area, so I brought up my mortar so I could start bombing them. To counter that, they bring up their own T-74s. Yeah. What they don't know is, unfortunately for them, is this Pack 40 is going to start owning them. So he has to pull back. Now, oh, wait. They're going to be all sneaky. They're like, alright, I'm going to flank his lines. Guess what? He's going to learn in about 3, 2, 1, and kablooey. How bad does that suck for him? Does he really